Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. We are at round 2 of the sprint series. This week we are at Silverstone. Track temps, nothing too crazy. Nice, rare sunny day. Take it. Last week, a lot of good racing. It was really good. Really good content. We were happy to see it. Obviously, we did have some incidents that were taken care of in this race. Bad waypoints have been divvied out accordingly. So yeah, today we are just now getting started with the practice session. We do have a couple people out tonight. I know they mentioned someone was ill. It happens. Also, it's a holiday weekend here in the States, so I could see some people being out due to the holiday. But, you know, when making the schedule, it's basically impossible to dodge all of the holidays these days. So, I think this is really the only holiday we can really hit this season. Right now we're on board with Milo himself. As everyone's getting warmed up, getting tire pressures figured out, any of the arriving drive men figuring out actual tire pressures and their setup in the 15 minutes before it starts. I know we do have some people that were not here last week that are here this week. First one is Jaden, better. Great dude. We've done a lot of endurance together. He is primarily iRacing, but he dabbles into ACC from time to time. And I've had the pleasure to do numerous endurances with Jaden. Good guy, and he's pretty quick. We put him in bronze to start. He said it's been a long time since he's been in ACC, so you know, for now we'll have him in bronze. We think he might move up as he gets reacclimated with the game. Yeah, and then we also have Matt Artem as well. He is back as he's going into the pits. Thank you so much, appreciate it. A seasoned driver for us now, I'd say. Yeah, what up? Well, good to see you. Earl of Spaghetti, you know it. But yeah, Artem is back. He was off last week, but yeah, he has returned. 414, the iconic number for Mr. Artem. And I think that we had this guy. His sim grid name is Sackballs. Now I will make this a note that hopefully they change the name as it is part of our rulebook. So we will address that later. But they were out last week. They are here this week. There was one more person. Oh yeah. Daniel Braga, he's also currently in the pits at the moment. He was not here last week, I believe, as well. So we'd like to welcome him in, new member of the community. So yeah, we're hoping for some good racing. You know, you're not wrong, Wallace. You know, if it is, then, you know, it's gonna be really awkward. But yeah, so I guess we'll see. But anyways, let's see here. Now, I believe we were talking after the last race. He can correct us if we were wrong. We believe Ricardo Riviera actually was racing against Nick in the Logitech series, the G series, the McLaren Challenge. So we expect, if that is the case, we expect him to definitely give Nick a run for his money this season for sure. Hey Mitz, how are you doing? Welcome. So yeah, always good to see. And what up, Fred? Good to see you, Fred. Hope you're doing well, man. I don't think we have that stuff set up on our screen. If you click on your name though, it'll pull up a little information thing. It says following since August 30th, 2020. So do math. Math is hard. It is going. Again, as you can tell, this is not Paul. This is not Chris. This should be the last week of just spaghetti. We should be back with Ferris next week. He is currently on flights back. Last I heard a couple hours ago, he was in Poland. Yeah, it is a nice solid livery. I really like it. Nice and subtle. Not as blinding as my livery that I had last season. My highlighter yellow. Yeah, so hopefully this will be the last week by myself, and then we'll have Ferris back, and things can go a little bit smoother. We'll have better replays and all that. I don't have enough computers with ACC to accommodate all the replays. Luckily enough, the racing last week was nice and spread out, so we weren't really having to miss too much of the battles. Just some carnage at the beginning. But yeah, so currently we've got Riviera sitting up at top, 57.5. Rados coming in second behind at the moment. No, I did tell him that he needed to change his team name, or we would have to DQ him. No, I'm just kidding. Rados, great dude. We will be running a 24-hour this weekend. This coming up weekend. Him, myself, we have Greg Billingsley and Ferris are going to be running in the Daytona 24 and iRacing in the LMDH. Should be a lot of fun. Nick Alvarado was supposed to join us, but last minute plans. He has family coming into town that he rarely gets to see, and so he's not going to join us. So he'll be there in spirit, and I'm sure I'll throw some type of meme on the car in his honor. But yeah, so 39 people, that means I might have missed a few other people that were not here last week. Because I think we only had 34 last week, right? Oh, right on. So we have 2 LMP teams as well. Let me see, who were the other teams? So currently we have Kyle, Ryan, Joby, Barrett, and Dave. Maybe someone dipped out because I did see that Ryan said that there was a slot open on their team, and then you have Paul, Chris, Brian, Mark Robeson, and Jaden on squad 3. Those 2 teams I know will be in the LMP2. We are the only psychopaths in the LMP2. Yeah, good times, good times. Now I'm will the iRacing be streamed? Great question. Our team, the LMDH, will 100% be streamed. I will be streaming it on my channel. I guess I'm plugging myself awkwardly, but you know, whatever. If I can spell my own name right, that's fine. So yeah, you can follow me. I will be streaming the LMDH team for sure. Chris might stream their team on this channel. I do not know. If you bug him, he will probably do it. As far as Ryan's team, maybe Joby or Barrett or Dave will be streaming it. But I can ask the boys. If you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord, and I'm sure we'll be posting links. I guess in theory, Ryan could also stream it. I doubt it because his stream is set up for all of his music streams. If you like to listen to some solid music with drums, you can watch Ryan's streams. I'm going to attempt to do this correctly. Is it Power or Powers? Nope, it's Powers. Nope, I stand corrected. Oh god. I got it. Oh, that's why. That's why. Hold on. We got this. We got this. Not on that channel. There we go. That is Ryan's drum streams. Usually Thursdays around like 3 o'clock is the norm if he does stream. But if you're in our Discord, he posts it in there as well. And we all go hang out, and he does song requests. If you want to get banned, you can ask for Freebird. That is one quick way of doing it. So, yeah. But yeah, I will definitely see who's going to be streaming the races. I just know for sure I will be. And seeing that Nick has to miss it, I'll probably be in the car a lot. So, but I always have to stream up the entire race, even if I'm not at the computer. But yeah, generally we also have Discord. Like the majority of us are all in Discord, like all the teams and stuff. So you'll hear all the New World After Dark. Please don't have your kids watch. All right, let's see here. Got just a little bit of practice left. I guess for those in here that might not know Silverstone, it's probably one of the most popular tracks, I'd say. At least one track I kind of know where everything's at. I'm terrible at turnings, but we can go through it here. So obviously this is not the, if you are used to watching Formula 1, this is a different start-finish line than Formula 1. So turn 1 for us in the GT3 and ACC, it is Cops is going to be turn 1 for us, going into Nuggets and Beckets, and then Chapel. And then we go down our hangar straight, long straight down into Stowe. In my opinion, a good spot to attempt to make a pass, or you can kind of spook them into making a mistake. Then you go down into Vale and into Club Corner, and then you're going to get into what is known as the Formula 1 straight. And then we have Abbey into Farm, and then Arena, which is the double hairpins. I absolutely hate this section. Probably the worst section for me at this track. It's so hard for me to do those two corners correctly every time. And then then we got the Brooklands, long straight down into Brooklands, and then left field, and then into Woodcock. Back to the start and finish. Not sure what the times are these days at Silverstone. I'm a slow boy, so like a 57.5 is insane. I think I was doing 59s in the nerfed BMW when we were doing the what was it, the preliminary qualifying for the Kyalami 24 last year. So I'm a slow boy. But yeah, so end of practice here, and we will see how qualifying goes. I know this track, every single Honda boy is hating their choice of a Honda this week. From what I've heard, that car is rough here, and never driven the car, so I wouldn't know. I'm a McLaren guy mostly, so I kind of enjoy the track. McLaren feels fun here. BMW is fun here as well, in my opinion.
Green light, show them what you got.
But yeah, so we are moving into qualifying. So the first 10 minutes is going to be our bronze class. We will see who makes the move first here. It looks like everyone is rolling out. Looks like Daniel Braga is out, and we've got, what else is out here? Oh, Nicholas Harshbarger. He is new to this week as well. Car number 40. We've got 40 on track. You'd love to see it. So yeah, Nicholas is new to the community as far as I'm aware of. Great to see some new folks out here. Oh, Brandon Meyer is another new. I think he had signed up late, so I had to get in last week. So it looks like we've got 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bronze today. Good to see it. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14. Holy crap. Was it 20 silver drivers? We were talking about how we had a lot of silver drivers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 10 gold. No, we try to keep everyone close, and then it's like, we do it, and then we have so many people that it's like, all right, well, do we reformat the classes again, which we've done before. Before the last season, we used to have 4 classes, and then it got kind of lopsided. So we're like, all right, well, let's kind of combine the slower with the quickest and try to turn it into 3 classes. But if we're gonna have this many people, maybe we go back to 4. I don't know, but I don't see that happening this season. If we have this turnout and it stays like this throughout the season, then maybe we change it for next. As one of our big things coming into this year is some changes to try to make the racing better, trying to get more people in here and try to make racing between people of the same class a little bit more frequent. So it looks like we are going to have Daniel Braga as the first man up, putting in a flying lap. Not entirely sure what happened to Nicholas. I know he pulled over. So returned to the pits where I had just stopped to fix something. We will see and see how our bronze class drivers do with their first couple of laps. Now, you're looking around a 2-minute lap. You've only got like 4 laps, so you got to make them count here. And Silverstone is punishing with its track limits. And honestly, you can easily mess it up, turn 1 exit, and it sucks because now you're going around this whole lap that doesn't count. You're trying to hurry up and get back for another lap. So it can definitely be punishing. Yeah, it looks like the boys are pretty spread out, which I love to see. Daniel with Dave Miller behind him. Miller might be actually close enough for a little bit of draft. Trying to get a little bit of toe action. As I say that, I stream snipe Miller while not even on screen, and he returns the sets. I'm sorry, Dave. I did not mean to do it. And Daniel coming around, posting a 2:05.3 for his first flyer. John Lukey coming in, my McLaren boy. Nice 59.8 for his first qualifying. Bruce Hopkins coming in with a 2:01 flat. Ryan Wampler with a 2:01.5. Chafello or Keith coming in with a 2:03.8. So it looks like we had a handful of boys not keep that time validated, unfortunately. Looks like our next lap coming in is going to be Jaden. He's currently at a 1:45 coming into the last complex. Better be careful with those brakes on that turning. I've seen it kill some people. It's a solid exit. Looks like he's gonna post a 2:01.6, so 3/100ths of a second off of Ryan for P3. Daniel Braga currently up 0.6 on his lap at the moment. Dave Miller's still not coming around yet for a validated lap. Let's see here. Dominic is working on a new lap of his first lap as well. Still valid. Still a valid lap. Nicholas on a valid lap as well. Everyone else still, as I say that, John Lukey crashes. I've done that once or twice. It does happen. See what happens here. Bruce comes in. He's currently up a little over a tenth. Knocks off a tenth off of his best, but he's still 1 second behind John Lukey. Now Lukey is a he's quick. He is quick in that McLaren. But as things all come in McLaren, one wrong move and you're going to be at a wall. So it is a very unforgiving car. But it's fun. Nicholas coming around to the line. Let's see what he posts here. Gonna post a 2:05.9. Let's see. Looks like Chavello had an incident, went yellow flag, and is now back in the pits. He hurry ups and gets out. He could have time for one more flyer. John Lukey looks to be... He'll definitely have time for another lap if needed. Jaden coming in with a new time with a 2:minute 0.4. So he jumps Bruce, moves into P2, 6/10 behind John. As I say that, Bruce is currently up 9/10 off of his previous. Now a second. He's finding a lot of time. First half of the track as he's coming down the straight, heading into sector 3. This is a little bit of time on exit. Currently has the pace to move back into second place. He can get a really good exit here. He, as I say that, so he's going to be about 2/10, maybe a tenth off of John here. Let's see what it looks like when he crosses the line. And yep, he's got to find one more tenth if he's got it. It looks like he does not have enough fuel. So Bruce not going to top John. John's still holding on to that P1. Jaden currently on a valid lap. Let's see here. Chavello in the pits. Daniel Braga in the pits. So they will not get another lap. Tech balls. Invalidated yellow flag in the pits will not get another lap in either. Let's see here. Drew Pete still looking for his first valid lap. You know, at this, you know you're going to not get another one. Sometimes you just sacrifice some pace and make sure the car stays on the track just to get that banger in. His time looks good though. See how it is when he comes around. Could be still a solid, moves up into P7, so it at least gains some spots. You know, it's not going to be starting from the back. He is able to get that last lap in here. Let's see if we got anybody else on some flyers. We've got John's. Everyone's still on valid laps at the moment. I think everyone who can take an extra lap is still pushing. As our silver boys are moving out for their qualifying for the next 10 minutes. Here. Now Drew, he should be pitting this lap. He's currently not up on his time, and John just throws it. I think he just realizes that he's got it, or he made a mistake. Oh no, he crossed the line, so we're good. Just kidding. Ryan parks it. I don't see anybody up on their times. Nicholas is up on his time, and I think this is a valid lap. Let's see. Yeah, he was good. This is the last bronze time. See if he can better it at all. He does better his time. Not quite enough, just misses Daniel Braga by 700ths. So that will do it for the bronze qualifying. So John Lukey representing us McLaren boys as the only McLaren, I believe, this season, with me not racing. So we're the only two masochists that choose McLaren out of pleasure. And so he is on pole with a 159.8. Bruce Hopkins in second with a 2-minute flat, only 2/10, a little over 1/10 off. Then Jaden coming in fresh out of iRacing and goes third fastest in rounds with a 2-minute and 0.4. Now we've got Silver Boys on valid laps. As I say that, looks like everyone is slowing down, trying to find some gaps because there ain't much room out there for those silvers with that many people out there. This used to be the pro split back in the days where they'd all stack on each other and not figure it out. Hey Trevor, thank you so much. Good luck to you as well tonight, sir. Also, anyone, if I don't recognize your Twitch handle, I am sorry. Yeah, I'm bad with names to begin with, and so I think it took me forever to remember Luis Castro's Twitch name. I always forgot. So, you know, it happens. I'm sorry. But I remember Trevor's. So, okay. Take it. Andre Lloyd. Now, we found out that Mr. Lloyd here makes some killer liveries. He posted some in the Discord, and he is really good at ACC liveries. Sadly, does not make iRacing liveries, and we are sad about it. But, you know, win some, you lose some. Let's see here. Looks like Lloyd should be the first man to cross the line here. Let's see where he posted as we have the first round of boys coming in hot, fresh off the press. Max Diggs, Dylan Sauer. All right. We got Dylan Sauer with a 59 flat. Max Diggs 2/10 off with a 59.3. Michael Lukey. Oh, that was almost a dead Porsche. We almost watched a Porsche die. Yeah, so we got Dylan Sauer P1, Dylan Beveridge P2, Max, then Lukey. Lewis comes in P3. Mark Robeson showing up as he has switched back to his infamous gold liveries, the one and only Mark Robeson gold liveries. Shiny and styling. Comes in, posts in a new top time, beating out Dylan Sauer by 900ths of a second. Love to see some close times. First top 6 currently only separated by 3/10 in total. That is not a lot. Did look like they had a nice little draft train going on there. Say that, it looks like Milo's getting a nice little tow from Lloyd, or Lloyd's holding him up, one of the two. Regardless, it's not Lloyd's problem, that's a Milo problem. As they come around with their next flyers here. These look like still have a handful of boys without a valid lap in. Like I said, it's pretty unforgiving around here. Milo jumping up using that toe of that pork and pulls into P3. Dylan Sauer poses a new fastest time. 158.5. All right, Dylan finding some pace out there today. Love to see it. Knocks off the other Dylan, Mr. Beveridge. And Robeson down a little bit. I guess that's what? That was Beveridge going up above Robeson. Let's see here. Got Artem coming around. He's currently up 1.3 seconds off his previous best. He's about to make a statement here. Should put him back on pole. There we go. Matt Artem, sorry. Locking in with 158.1. These boys are throwing down some times. They ain't not messing around tonight. Lloyd and Hines currently on invalidated laps. Matt Schmitzer currently on a valid lap. Toby Savage still looking for his first valid lap, currently on one. Jeremy Story looking for his first valid lap, as well as Felix Palion. Let's see here. Tiago currently up 3/10 on his previous. He found a lot of time. First half of the track here. Tiago last week learned the lesson of not touching the brakes. About touching the brakes, sorry. When turning in a Honda, that car decides that we are going to go for a slide. Oh, thank you so much. Let's see if we got any other big gains coming. Michael Lukey currently up 9/10. That was previous. That's a lot of time in just half the track. See if he can hold that up as we get towards the end of his lap here. Joby coming in. Aha, Joseph Savage. Posting in that 5.4. 58.4, sorry. You know, Jaden, it's part of the job. It's part of the territory. We're out here to stream snipe. Right? Clearly, Spider-Man could not save you on that one. Apparently, you already used your one that you get. Jeremy Story coming in hot, moves up to P5 on his first valid lap, 58.7. I need a whole lot more to save my ass and pace this race. You know, Janie, you gotta take them where you can. Honda here is not fun times, so keep it on track. It's the most important thing, right? Less time in the pits, the better off you are, as Chris would say. Something like that, anyways. We all know I only partially listen to Chris most of the time. Milo finding a little bit of time. As soon as I turn to him, he loses it. Currently up 10th and a half. This might move him up a little bit. Moves him up into P10. Michael Lukey currently up 5/10. As I say that, I'm just coming around and knocking down their pace a little bit. These are moving into the final times for silver as well. Currently, Michael Lukey up on his personal best. Luis Castro a little bit in the green delta. Christopher Hines in the green delta a little bit. Felix is currently up as well. Someone just move up. Luki's still up 3/10 at the moment. But he might be able to gain some spots here. He's not. He lost a lot of time in the last exit. He might jump up a little bit. He is slowly losing it on exit, unfortunately. He moves up to P5 though, so it is enough to get into the top 5 of silvers. Lloyd, a little bit of delta, not quite enough. Felix moves up a little bit as well, and that should do it for our silvers. Let's see here. Nick Alvarado out first for the gold boys, sorry. So, round out silver qualifying, we've got Matt Artem coming back fresh, coming back fast as usual in his go-to Audi with a 58.1. Joseph Savage coming in the Porsche at a 58.4. Mark Robeson P3 and the Honda at 58.47, only 300ths off of Mr. Savage. You know, I'm sure Mark's probably going to be content with taking that in the Honda around here. Dylan Sauer P4, Michael Lukey at P5. So, you know, we're going to have some good battles in silver, I think. Again, we always joke around in the Discord, say silver split, best split. And I think it's just, somehow it's we're not fast. We're kind of, well, we're definitely baboons. We all are. But, you know, the pace is just all kind of similar. They all practice together. They all hang out together. So their pace just kind of chills together. And it's great, you know. Always have some good fights out there. So we got our first pro laps coming in just a few moments as Nick should be the first one to cross the line, as he is moving into Sector 3, coming out of the arena. We shall see how he manhandles the Honda around Silverstone. I know he absolutely hates this combination. I remember watching all these boys complain. What up, Bruce? Yeah, Artem put in a great time. When we were doing all the pre-qualifying stuff for Nick coming in with a 57.8, not a bad banker lap here. Then Ricardo coming in with a 57.9, 10th off. And then Mike Jackson coming in P3. Almost. And then Trevor Jackson. All right, so we've got the Jacksons coming in, shuffling things up in the front. Well, you're very welcome, Bruce. Someone's got to do it, you know? Paul left for milk and cigarettes, and we're just still waiting. So, maybe he'll come home, maybe. Murray and Funk posting in some times as well in the 58.2s. Brennan Meyer coming in 59 flat. Tez in his Lambo struggling in that Lambo. Now we try to convince Victor to help this man, but even Victor said just not. Paul left out of boredom. I think him and Chris were getting in a divorce and they just didn't want it to us. Let's see here. Nick currently up 5/10. Holy moly. Pardo up 6/10. Well, everyone's in the greens at the moment. Brandon Meyer finding some pace. He is currently up a second off of his personal. So Nick moves up into P1 with the 57.3. Ricardo again, just not quite enough. Still a 10th off of Nick. No matter how hard he tries, Nick is still trying to pull it out. Mike Jackson bumps Trevor. 200 separating the two. Pretty sure you need to just... Kart engines are a little too loud versus your voice. Just a smidge. You got it. Let's see here. Let me know how that is. Let me know if that is better. Hopefully that is a little bit better. So the Jacksons coming in hot, trying to dethrone Nick. And then Ricardo as well. Much better? Perfect. Appreciate it. Carl Big in P5. What happened with... Whose laptop was saying that was the second up? Oh, that was Brandon. Brandon Meyer ended up coming in with a 58 flat, moving up to P6. He is currently in the pits. I'm not sure if he's going to come out for another one or just kind of accept that pace there. Nick's lap is currently invalidated. Ricardo is off 410, so he's way off of his pace at the moment. Those two might just be settling in for that final lap here. Well, yeah, Ricardo's... He might get around in time. He can get around before... Yeah, he should be able to get around for an additional lap after this coming up one, if he has enough fuel, I guess, is the bigger question. David Funk currently up 2/10 on his personal. So yeah, Ricardo, bearing no issues on this lap, he should have time for one more after this. Outside of that, we are officially... So Mike Jackson might get another lap as well. But those are going to be the last two that are going to get an additional lap. I think Rados just missed that cutoff point. And Trevor Jackson takes it back to the pits after, if I remember correctly, Trevor is Mike's son. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's the relation between the two. But yeah. So he gets him by a 10th. Ricardo's still trying to find that 1/10. Just the one. Top Nick. But it's looking like another battle up front. The Rados currently up 2/10. Let's see if we can snap Rados. Just because I want to. He was talking smack. I threatened to take away his Cheetos. He then threatened to take away my iRacing subscription, so I was going to bring in the hitman, Mr. Billingsley, who, for those who don't know, they're basically really good friends in real life. They go golfing and all that. The Calgary boys, and so they like to joke with each other a lot, and I use that to my advantage. It looks like Carl Big. Oh no. Carl has parked it, invalidated that last lap, so currently provisional P5 for Carl. He will not move up any higher. Riviera did invalidate that last lap. Is he going to cross the line in time? He is going to cross just in time. I do not see a checker flag for Ricardo. So this is going to be the last banger, but Nick is currently up on his time as well. David Funk invalidates. Matt Murray. Marcus. Why do I keep calling him Matt? There's too many M's, chat, right? It's like, right, there's Matt's, there's Mark's, there's Marcus's. Doing my best, okay? Mr. Murray. A little bit of time. He's gonna go hang out in that wall there. Finishes P7. Tez going to repeat the same thing that we just watched. And yeah, Let's see. And Ricardo's not going to have the pace here. Nick is way off of his time as well. Oh, wait. That is not the line. He's only halfway through. So Ricardo does still have a chance. He's currently even on his delta. So the question is can he find 2/10 in the final sector? He is the lone man on track. You know, this is great consistency from Ricardo. I'm pretty sure he had like a handful of the same laps, same lap times. But I don't think he's gonna do it unless he gets an amazing exit here. It's not gonna do it. So, oh, ran out of time too. That's going to do it for our qualifying. So for the gold class, we have once again Nick Alvarado. P1 with a 57.2. Ricardo Riviera P2 with a 57.4. Trevor Jackson with a 57.56. Mike Jackson with a 57.64. Carl Big with a 57.69, so just misses out, out qualifying Mr. Jackson. David Funk P6, Marcus Murray P7, Rados P8, Brandon Meyer P9, and then Tez coming in P13. Curious to see if we'll see if Tez decides to YOLO the rest of the season in that Lamborghini or will decide otherwise. So we are currently in the downtime between qualifying and racing. Let's say that got 2 minutes until they roll out for the formation lap. Now, one thing we did miss apparently on the last race, someone is a little out of position on the start. We do not use the widget here. We don't like how it can bug out and give some very wonky, terrible drive-throughs and all that. So we don't use it. We use our brains. So hopefully everyone is good to go there and maintains their position for the start of the race. Yeah, this, as we all know, lap 1 at Silverstone can get hairy quick. It's a lot of runoff, a lot of high-speed corners, so it can just get messy. As the boys get situated here, we've got 1 minute to go. I appreciate everyone coming out and watching the stream. Again, this is round 2 of 10. You know, I don't even know where we're racing next. You know, I should be on top of this, you would think. But you know, we are all professionals around here, and yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. So let's see. Next week is at Paul Ricard. Ooh, good old Paul Ricard. Sure, some of the boys are looking forward to it.
20 seconds.
No, most people like hate Paul Ricard, but for us, whenever we've did races at Paul Ricard, it's turned into some really good racing.
10 seconds.
Really good battles. So yeah, should be good next week. I do know that we actually have, and that will be a dry race as well. Our first race, wet race, will not come until Hungaroring in a few weeks. One thing that we did change this season as well is that we actually gave the drivers the forecast for every race for the entire season. So if you feel like, oh, I'm really good at, you know, Nürburgring in the dry, well then I'm gonna focus more on Hungaroring in the wet since that's the week later. You know, like they can kind of playing a little bit better on their practice and not finding out 6 days before, and they're like, oh, I'm busy all that week and I don't have enough time to practice. So listen to some of the feedback, and that's one of the changes that we made. So congratulations, you get to have a better weather forecast than real life forecasts. Uh-oh, someone did not hit drive. Who is that? Bruce? Oh no, Bruce. Or is Bruce doing the class? Is Bruce doing the classic start from pits? This might have been intentional. Can't remember if it's Bruce or Brian Cruz. Bruce on. Forget which one. I'm pretty sure it's Bruce Hop. I'm pretty sure it's Bruce that does this. So I followed him like I followed his strat for like a season because it kept dying in lap 1. I said, F it. He's got the right idea. We're just gonna start from the pits and let the carnage happen. So I think it was Bruce. I don't think it was Brian Cruz on. Could be wrong. We are coming around. So far, it looks like the field. Everyone's kind of clumped together. A lot of cars on the track. You love to see it. You love to see it for you. So we move into Sector 3. Looks like Nick is going to slow down. Or allow the field to bunch up here. Yeah, it's Hopkins in the pits. I don't think this was accidental. I'm pretty sure Bruce did this on purpose. Which I don't blame him. Bruce is a fast, consistent boy. Like, yeah, he's not like alien pace, but he has consistency like no other, and he can just avoid everything. He big brains it. He's good. All right, chat, and we're about to go green flag here from Silverstone. 1 hour dry race in the middle of the afternoon. A rare, beautiful, sunny English day.
Green light, green light. Go.
And away we go, green flag going into turn 1. Hopefully everyone keeps it in check here. So far, so good. Keeping it clean all the way through the field at the moment. No yellow flags. We have one that went off. Who was that? Not sure who that was, but they are back on track at the least. So far, so good. We get through Beckett's and Chapel. Clean, no yellow flags. Yeah, this is some... You know, I'm probably jinxing it right now. Going a couple too wide, but everyone's leaving space, though. So that Rado's having a little battle here with Funk back here. Move to the back here, make sure... Oh no, Tiago has gone off. It looks like it's okay. He might have just missed the braking point or something. Ooh. Everyone kind of simmering down. So far, so good. Bruce just chilling in the back. Looks like Mike Jackson went off a little bit. Good old four Hondas in the top 6. Yeah, even at their worst track, they're still up front. Kunos, please. 31. Who is that? Looks like we had a few cars off. John Lukey. No. The McLaren boy has spun. Not entirely sure what happened here. Pete Davis is off as well, unfortunately. Now, Trevor Jackson managed to get around Ricardo. Right, Trevor. He was trying to make a statement. Let's see here. Three. We are registering some contacts, but honestly, 12 contacts so far. That's not bad. Oh, Miller is off. What happened to Miller here? Oh no, he just loses the rear end. It looks like he might have. Oh, that is unfortunate. I'm not sure actually that. What? I think that was. Not sure who's the one that actually hit him. I think that was. Yep, that was Matt Schmitzer, fortunately. And David Miller spins again. I think that damage on the rear just spun him out again. Quite unfortunate for Dave Miller. Always a good guy to race against. But yeah, it looked like Schmitzer just had nowhere to go. I'm hoping that Miller was holding the brakes. He's usually really good at that, so let's see what happens though. Schmitzer goes off as well. Oh, Miller has another off. He just needs to get back into the pits, I think. What he can hope for. Let's go back up top here. Nick does have a little bit of a gap. Looks like we have a train forming behind Michael Lukey. He's got Robeson looking up behind him. And then Milo behind him. Yeah, so far, so not too bad. It's a clean lap one for the most part. Everyone, looked like everyone was given space. Miller is just not having a good time, unfortunately. He's off again. Still just trying to get it around. I think he just took so much damage on the rear that he's just spinning in every single exit, unfortunately. Let's see here. Got Dylan Beveridge looking on the outside of Mark Robeson. Milo trying to take advantage of the situation as well. Did they touch? They didn't touch. Oh, 3 wide. Oh no, I watched that in the corner of my eye. Just off screen. What is going on here? They were... Yeah, Max just kind of... I don't know what happened there. Might have missed a braking point there. Goes on the inside. Hits the sausage curb. Bumps Milo. Milo... Good save by Milo, though. He was able to keep that. Hopefully he doesn't have too much damage from that, though. Yeah, it just looked like a missed braking point, possibly. Ricardo putting in the new purple lap. Still having the gap to Trevor ahead. Carl Big about a second off of him. Oh no, Mike Jackson, Honda things. No, you hate to see it. Looks like you managed to keep it out of the wall, though. Did you keep it out of the wall beforehand? Looks like he just lost the rear end. Looks like Murray just missed tagging him as well, so looks like that was just a spin. No one else gets hurt. Looks like he didn't take any damage, just some damage. Now Ryan has decided that he's going to join this battle after the incident with Max, Luis, and Ryan. Milo. Now this works out. Ryan has found a lot of pace in this Lexus. You know, he was a Honda boy. I think he still considers himself a Honda boy. And he did the Lexus last season. And then doing the Lexus this season. And he's quick. Always fun racing against Ryan. You know you'll get good battles, clean battles. If he hits you, it's probably because like he made he did something, an accident. Like he lost his car and made contact. He's a very clean driver. Very patient as well. It's like Miller did get that pit stop in, I think. Let's see here. We've got Ricardo. We've got a three-way battle up front. This can get spicy. Oh, it looks like Carl Big is like, I want a piece of this. He gets in here. I'm sure his chat is pushing him on. He takes a peek. He looks. Lets Ricardo know, hey, I'm here. If you have never watched Mr. Carl stream, go check him out. Mr. Blackout. He, great dude. Wholesome community, great community. One of the best communities out there for sure on Twitch. And has a great taste in Scotch and bourbon whiskeys of like. You love whiskey of any sort, that's the man to talk to. Jeremy's story went off, it looks like. Not sure what happened there. It's like he might have had contact with Artem. According to the race control here. See if we got any other close battles going on here. It looks like Lukey and Robeson still going at it. Dylan Beveridge just thinking behind. We got Robeson. He thought about making a look, but he knows he's not going to be able to outbrake that Porsche and his Honda. Oh, well, polar opposite on braking, I would say. And Dylan just waiting for his moment, you know, just sitting back. Like Jeremy's story has decided to go into the pit, so I think there was a good amount of contact with him and Artem. Enough so that he has decided, I'm going to go ahead and take my pit, maybe get out in some clean air, and hope for the best there. It's like Carl made them. Let's go back here. Carl made the move. Oh, so Trevor. Like he made a mistake going into coming out of maggots. So Carl takes P3. Overall, still got this battle going on back here as well. Well, as I say that, I see that Robeson and Beveridge having at it. Beveridge is going a little off track there to make that move happen. Sure if how many? Looks like Mark just got a little loose. Space was there. So this is a good pass, clean pass. Ryan has Luis Castro right on him. I'm sure Luis is probably giving him a little Ferris flash action. This battle is still going. We're going to hang out here and see if this keeps going. Because Robeson tried to make that move. Try to get the position back. Got a lot of battles going on here. like Nick might start pulling away a little bit. It looks like he got Ricardo out of his draft. He might be able to start pulling away here, especially if Carl is bugging Ricardo. But got some close battles going on here. Andre Lloyd goes a little wide. Tez is trying to see if he can find an opportunity here in the Lamborghini through Maggots and Beckett's. Goes through Maggots. Oh, Tez gets a little too much grass on the inside there. Might have been just gets a nice exit out of Church, and I think Lloyd's just gonna let him by. Said, you know what, this is not a battle in class for me. Get back to Ryan and Luis. Joshua looking on the outside, setting up for the inside maybe. Ryan closes the door, says this is my position. You shall not pass. I think Max is just chilling back there. You know, he's keeping up with these guys. It doesn't have quite the pace it looks like to try to get involved, or he's just like, you know what, I'm going to play safe. Let it happen. Matt Artem now has Mike Jackson behind him. Mike trying to make up lost ground from the early incident. As we go into the final corner. Ooh, Artem looks like he might have locked up a little bit. Gave Mike so much room, and Mike's just like, thank you. I will take that. And now he has moved back up to P9 and is 3.5 seconds behind Andrew Rados. See if we can pick up Rados here. See how the pace looks. Currently his best is 0.3 quicker than Rados's, so we'll see how that goes. Alvarado pulling out a 2.5 lead now. Carl has managed to pull away from Trevor a little bit as well. Might be because Trevor's got a guest behind him, Marcus Murray, saying, I'm going to come take P4 from you. At least I'd like to. Still got some battles on field. Sergio has John Lukey behind him. John trying to make up some lost ground from that earlier incident. He's already back up to P2 in class. He is definitely one of our on a watch list of whether or not he should be promoted up to silver or not. So he has the pace, but has the incidents. So we try to put into account if people have incidences, like we might keep them back just because. Okay, yeah, they might have the pace of silver, but if he spins a lot, then we're gonna keep him in bronze. That was me for a couple seasons. When you spaghetti too much, then sometimes you're just great value brand spaghetti, and it is what it is. All right, let's see here. What other battles we got going on here? It's like Mike Jackson has Dylan Sauer behind him. Starting to space out a little bit. Mike has decided it's time for the early pit stop. He's going to go for a big undercut here, see if it pays off. Ryan with Luis behind him still. Max Diggs just trailing behind them. The field is kind of spread out a little bit. Nothing too crazy. It looks like either Nick has had an issue. Did lose about a second off of Riviera. I think, Riviera may have just said, I'm not going to pay attention to Carl behind me. I'm just going to start hat lapping and try to reel in Nick again. Carl has pulled a almost 2-second gap to Trevor behind. While Murray is still knocking on the door of Trevor as well. You know, it's after those first few instances, it has quieted up quite a bit here. We've only had a few incidences. A lot better than last week already. We had about 40 incidents that we had to go through for last week's race. Usually that first race jitters, everyone really excited, making some moves. You probably shouldn't be. And having to pay the price a little bit. Everyone is kind of spaced out. Hopefully we don't get too low on the content here. Where's Hines has Lloyd right behind him. Coming down the long straight. We'll see if Andre Lloyd tries to use the Porsche to his advantage, as he also has Bruce behind him. Bruce gets a much better exit, gets around Lloyd, makes the move. John's still trying to find a way around Sergio here. Their times are almost identical. And, you know, maybe John can... at this point, you start thinking, do I just pit now? Do I get out of this? You know, the longer you wait, the more traffic you might come back into. Lukey having Dylan Beveridge behind him on his tail. The BMW grill looking to munch on some pork. Yellow flag. Murray. Oh no. What happened to Marcus? Oh, he just overshoots it. Womp womp. Sad Honda noises. It honestly just looked like he completely missed his braking point. We have Zach and Ryan having a little battle here in bronze class. Daniel Braga is off. Possible contact here. Let's see what happened. Oh, he just goes off the grass, has a spin. Looks like he was all by himself. Ryan still with Luis behind him. They're just kind of chilling. You know, maybe they have an agreement here like, hey, let's just keep it clean. We've still got 40 minutes here. Maybe we can catch the group ahead here as they slowly are roping in Milo ahead of them. Milo is kind of by himself. Oh, Beveridge with the amazing exit out of church. Says, goodbye, Mr. Lukey. I will take this. Thank you. And he is going to chase down Joby now. Joby with the bright white. Hope you brought your sunglasses. This is now the Savage Classic. I'm going to make my car as white bright as possible so you can't see. Pretty sure it's gonna still look like daylight when watching him race in the night races. How bright that car is. Let's see here. Bruce is off. Oh no. It looks like he just loses it going into cops. Oh, it hits that inside curve just a little too much and goes. So Mike Jackson out of the pits, making the move on the inside of Jaden. So Mike is just going to work his way around, hoping that not many people get in his way and slow him down. It's like Jeremy's story took his pit as well. Oh yeah, he did the early pit. He's still in the back here. Elise has Sergio on his tail. He has been caught by John and Sergio. So we'll see what happens here. This is where it gets interesting. You've got John currently sitting P1 in class, and you are behind 2 people in silver fighting for position within class. So do you sit and you kind of let them do their thing, or you try to get around them? As I say that, oh my, did he make that? Oh, he couldn't. He trying to make that stick. Too hot. He's going to flash and looks like let John by. It was a bold move, Cotton. It did not pay off. It's a bold move. It was very bold. Let's see here. Excuse me. Separate instances. It looks like they both just went off. Jaden having an off. Looks like in comps. Nicholas here having an off in Maggots and Beckett's, unfortunately. I guess he's probably went in a little too hot. The Aston feels pretty good through that sector. Everyone is kind of close, but not at the same time. So now we're back to Sergio and John. Back with their just soul battle between the 2 of them. I think Felix just knew that he wasn't going to be able to keep it. He is dropping back. His personal best is about a second off of these 2 guys. Now, if these keep fighting, though, you know, in theory, John could be helping him by keeping Sergio honest ahead. It's like Mark Robeson and Barrett are both in the pits. So we are starting to hit that halfway point in the race. This is when we're going to start seeing the pit stops happen. Now it looks like Rados has caught Dylan. He has found the next position he wants to have. Let's see what happens. Up front, Nick is still up front by 6/10 as well. That gap's kind of just sat there. Carl Bigson about 2 seconds behind Ricardo. And then Trevor Jackson about 6/10 off of Carl. So they're little tandem teams going on there. Carl and Trevor are smart. They're just going to chill together and try to catch the other 2, work together. The other close fights here. Ryan still has Luis Castro behind him by 3/10. Max Stiggs just lurking in the back still on that one as well. So it's looking like Dylan's able to keep the pace going here. Now this is the bold move. Ricardo has decided we're going to pit. We'll see where he ends up when he comes out of the pits. He's going to have a really good outlap. Right now, Nick basically has no traffic ahead of him. So he has 1 car, and that is Daniel Braga. But really, it's pretty open air. Rados has decided to make his pit stop as well. I think he's decided, you know what, I'm not going to try to battle with Dylan. We're going to get in the pits, get this taken care of. Milo has pitted as well as Max Diggs. So a lot of these guys that were kind of sitting behind someone else, trying to take those pit stops, seeing if they can get the undercuts to work. As we're starting to move into traffic with 40 people on track, it is possible. A little bit more likely to have some traffic as things come out. Boyd is yellow flagged. This might be okay though. So Riviera comes out in clean air, which is good for him. He's got Lakes and John ahead, so he should have plenty of time to get these tires warmed up. and just put in some solid laps and hopefully jump Nick through the pits. I know last week they actually pitted at the same time, so maybe Ricardo was like, you know what, I'm going to try to do the early pit stop and see if that can help me out here. Ryan, again, still just having Lewis chill behind him. These two are they're good dudes. As I say that, ooh, Luis taking a big sniff of Ryan's rear. You can clip that, use it, I don't care. That was a big old sniff. We got Nick and Trevor Jackson in the pits now. So we will see. Let's see here. Let's go hop on board with Ricardo. As Nick is in the pits, we'll see where Nick comes out on this. Tiago, another off, it looks like. That Honda being a ruthless, showing no mercy. Now, for as long as Tiago's been kind of out of racing, I know he was doing the Vulcan's Mini Enduro. I'm shocked that he decided to come back in the Honda. Strong right now. See how that goes. Lukey in the pits, Tiago in the pits, Dylan Beveridge as well. So let's see here. Nick is currently still in the pits. Looks like he's leaving now. Carton might get the jump. Let's see. Nick is coming out of the pits right now. There is Felix. So he is going to make it out and say, not going to happen on my watch. So Riviera, he gained a couple tenths, but not quite enough. But he is on the fresh tires, so this actually might have worked out perfectly. He's on the fresh tires. He's got Nick on cold tires right now. So this might have been the play. We've got Tiago stop go 30. My guess is he got caught speeding in the pit lane. You hate to see it. Nicholas Arschbarger is yellow flagged. Not sure where that is. Ricardo going on the inside. Nick holding that inside on the second corner. Right now, Nick just has to defend like a lion. He needs to just hold this while his tires are warming up. If he can keep Ricardo at bay for this outlap, he should be okay. He's just having to fight cold tires right now. Nick is really good at defending. He's quick. I know Ricardo's quick as well. But you put a car behind Nick, and Nick is not going to make it easy on them, ever. Let's see, up front, we have Funk, Artem, and Joby. Some of the folks that still have not pitted. Marcus Murray is in the pits. Carl Big taking his pit stop as well. Trevor Jackson is about 2 seconds behind Ricardo. So we'll see where Carl ends up after all of this is said and done. He is just now coming out of the pits. Not sure who that is ahead of him. But Nick has managed to hold off Ricardo on that outlap. Oh, that's Felix. That's getting in the way of Carl. I hate to see it. Carl's just like, please. Wait, that's not. That was Dylan. Who was that? Oh, that's Bruce behind him. Looks like he was coming out of the pits as well. I think it was just awkward for Carl, unfortunately. As he is trying to chase down Trevor Jackson. Yeah, these two are now still connected. Ricardo had a great look. It was a great idea. He almost pulled it off. Clear track, just not quite enough pace. Tiago in the pits to serve that stop go. Sack in the pits. Matt Schmitzer in the pits. Keith Davis in the pits as well. I'm not sure. Keith might be done. I'm not sure. He's down 6 laps. David Funk in the pits, Matt Burnham in the pits as well. So that only leaves pretty much a handful of people that have not pitted yet. So we will see everyone opts out at. Now it looks like the Lukey ended up losing a lot of time in the pit stop. And I'm not sure what happened to Lukey. He only had a minute 1 pit stop, so I'm not sure exactly what actually happened there. Because he was up ahead. Christopher Hines in the pits, Felix in the pits. Felix, it's probably Felix. I don't know why I'm saying it so weird, but. Yeah, so let's see here. We've got. Oh, Luis still has not pitted. He's got Tez right behind him. Nick just trying to hold on for dear life at this point. Jeremy Story's got Mike Jackson behind him. He is, Mike is still trying to do that recovery drive after the early spin. But Ryan Wampler in the pits. Keith is still in the pits, so I think his race is done. A lot of the spaces spaced out quite a bit after the pit stops. This kind of happened last week as well. Robeson got Barrett on the tail. Barrett being the lone Nissan man. Gonna take a look on the inside here, maybe? He is. Mark leaves the space. They're side by side. Being good racers, leaving the space for both of them. You love to see it. Nice, good racing. So it looks like Luis finally went into the pits. With, what's that? Who's that behind? That. Oh, that was Sack, I think, behind him. That was close on the exit there. So it looks like Luis lost a lot of time in the pit stops. We call this the Luis Classic, though. He loves to screw up his pit stops. If you watched any of our Monday night races, he did that quite a bit. So he would be winning and then screw up the pit stop, and that would be it. So let's see if he can make up that ground. So you got. So yeah, Lukey had a slow pit. I don't know what happened. Maybe he lost some time coming out of the pits or something. And now he is behind Milo. Hopefully the boys can keep it clean. It's been pretty clean since the early laps. We had quite a bit early on, but I'd say pretty much like the first 10 minutes it's been quite quiet, which is good. Joby, the white blur, rolling in first place. He's still yet to pit. With about a minute's pit stop, he's looking at dropping back to around Barrett and Milo when he does pit. So we will see where he comes out of pit stops here. Pretty big gaps amongst everyone. Now Jaden taking a look on the makes the move on the outside. Ryan says no. Got a nice little four-way battle here for podium, the final podium position in bronze class. So you've got Zach has gone off here. Drew Pete. Oh, sorry, this would be for P4 in bronze class. You got Ryan, Jaden trying to take some peeks with they are, who are they holding up? Oh, they're holding up Brandon Meyer. So they are actually blue flagged with Brandon behind them. So Jaden does get the pass done on Ryan. Hopefully these boys can let Brandon through. Ryan lets him through. Obviously, you know, these boys are racing. We do not do the Formula One. Let's see here. Totally lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, we don't do the Formula One rules here with blue flag where you have to slow down a lot. Just ideally on the straights, lift a little bit, let them pass. But you also have your own fights, right? So, like, we don't expect these boys to give up. Ooh, Ryan gets a little loose. Looks like that is Marcus Murray behind him, I believe. Whatever my thing is. Yep, that is Murray trying to get around. So yeah, we just want you to use your brains. Oh no! What? I look away for 2 seconds, chat. Yeah, that is just Ryan. Oh, that is not good. That is unfortunate. So Murray loses a couple of positions. Yeah, that's no, at that point Ryan should have just, you know, lifted, kind of been smart about his braking point. That is definitely on Ryan for that hit, unfortunately. You are the blue flag. You need to be a little bit more aware. Murray made that move. It was perfectly fine. So unfortunate. That said, Murray is trying to. I think I don't know if he did lose a couple of positions. I think he was in P8 at the time. But let's see. Jeremy Story with Dylan Sauer behind him at the moment. Things kind of calming back out. Yeah, I'm sure Murray's not happy about that one. We will, you're just gonna come in and derail it? Yeah. I mean, just watch and spam your shit rejoin button. We're good, right? Luki's got Tez coming around the outside. Looks like he's just gonna let him by. Again, this is not in the same class, so, you know, why fight? Loki is focusing on Milo ahead at the moment. So, best he can do is maybe hope that Tez helps him out a little bit here. Oh no. Jeremy's story taps. Who was that? He taps Bruce, trying to get on the inside. Not really sure what he was. Yeah, I think he was focusing more on Dylan behind and not paying attention to where Bruce was. And just kind of loses it a little bit, taps him, spins him. That's unfortunate for Bruce. Sergio looks like he did Ferrari things in Mackett's and Beckett's, just trying to get this car going the right direction. He is up and going now. That is unfortunate. We got some. Let's see, there's Lloyd going in on John Lukey, a silver passing bronze. It was for position though, so Lloyd moves up into P24 overall. Let's see here. Joby still has not pit. Nick has pulled a 1 second gap on Ricardo. Trevor Jackson is 0.8 behind Ricardo. And Carl Big is 6 seconds behind Trevor. Story also, no, there's beverage involved as well. We've got a three-way battle here now. We've got Story, Beverage, and then Sour. Right now, Jeremy is, he needs to pull a gap to save these spots in the end anyways. Did that tap with Bruce. Or is that? Like, mine's not updating here because that should be. Yeah, that's. Beverage is positioned. Oh, it looks like we have Nicholas sliding out in Mackett's and Beckett's. He is yellow flag. Also, Mackett's and Beckett's maybe touching too much curb out there. No matter what car you're in, you can't get upset if you hit a little bit too much of that. The right-hander out of Mackett's, if you hit too much on the inside, you can definitely unsettle the car and just spin it around. I've done that a bunch. Yeah, I want some of this possibly inappropriate content. Let's be real, that was more of a warning for Chris and Paul. When I'm by myself, it's kind of hard. You know what? There you go, Dale. That's possibly inappropriate. You can take that. How's that? We have a nice little battle here. This is actually for P2 in silver class. This three-way battle right now. Jeremy Story is currently P2, Beverage P3, Dylan Sauer P4 in silver. This is one of our closest battles. We got Ryan with Joby coming up behind him, and Max Diggs and Luis Castro, so they're all starting to bunch up again. So we'll see how this battle works out. Story is holding a pretty good defensive line. The Mercedes right now has a really good straight line. Beverage looks on the inside, backs out of it. He was alongside for a moment, but he did not want to try to make that move. Do not blame him and do not want. These boys are cleaning. They're racing cleanly. You can totally sexually harass yourself. I mean, yeah, I probably do it more than most people do. So. I'm trying to better myself, Dale. No. I'm trying. Oh no. It looks like Sour's gonna do a little slight bump. Harass, not abuse. Oh, I get those two mixed up. Yep, Sour just puts his nose in Paps, and he said, I am not going to wait. So he's going to run away. Unfortunately, we are, just as I was complimenting them, then this happens. Let's see here. Oh, Lukey goes wide. Milo says thank you. So Milo gets around Lukey. These silver boys are all nice and bunched up. All 6 that you see on your screen right now is all for position. For sure right now. As soon as I join the stream, everyone starts hitting each other. So what I'm hearing is that it's Oregano's fault. Can we agree on this? Little known fact about Milo. Actually Canadian with a fake accent. Oh. So you think he actually is not from England? That is a fake accent that he uses as a ploy? I believe it. He is actually pure maple syrup, but pretends to be tea. Just a fun fact? Got it. Got it. Oh, what? Uh-oh. Who's the innocent? Or did Miller just... happened to... I have no idea what happened there. I think Miller just might have spun. As he is in the pits now. I don't know if he spun. I don't see a contact for that. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Now Ryan is saying, hi Lukey, I have arrived to take your position as well. We got 10 minutes left in the race. Christopher Hines has done Audi things, unless he got tapped as well. He looks all by his lonesome. This looks like Audi things. Yep, hits that inside curb just a little too much. Almost saves it. And the Audi's like, no. If we spin, we spin. We spin in style around here. Alright. Up front, Trevor has caught Ricardo. And Trevor plays spoiler here. Guess we'll find out. Last lap, Trevor was 0.3 quicker than Ricardo. And the next laps, last lap he was another 10th quicker. So he's catching. It looks like Beveridge has caught back up to this battle as Jaden manages to save it just enough to not have carnage occur. So Beveridge has caught back up. We'll see how this pans out. Hopefully not too much frustration to Dylan. And Dylan has decided, Beveridge has decided to come back and say, I want my spot back. As Dylan Sauer decided, I'm not going to wait for you after spinning him. So let's see what happens here. As we come down to the final laps of the race, Sauer gets a little loose, taps Jeremy on the inside. They both die. Oh no. Hopefully we hold some brakes here. Hold. Hez alert. Nice and alert. Ugh. That's going great. That, yeah, you gotta. Yeah, that was not. We'll have to look back on that. I don't think that was a squeeze. But Not sure if Story was trying to keep him from passing, but there was contact, and that has happened. Robeson has Tez on his butt. Let's see, Dale. Another fun fact: Ryan isn't a real person. It's the accumulation of 10 years of AI advancement. Really, your artificial neighbor? I mean, but I've seen him stream. He's just that advanced AI that he can actually stream to look like a real human. He's an AI drummer. Meanwhile, hopefully Ryan has his sunglasses on, as he does have Joby behind him. I think I'd rather have Ferris flashing me than have Joby's white car behind me, to be honest. It's like Cruz back in P24 has passed Lloyd for position. Most of the field is pretty spread out. We do have a handful of these battles going on. Luis is chasing down Max here on the tail end. What happened? That's sour. What happened to... What did we miss, chat? I have no idea what we missed. Oh, that's right. The story crash. Never mind. Just kidding. I know what happened. Professional. I was like, did I go crazy? That's how short-term memory my brain is. It's weird they spent a lot of resources on video and skipped out on photos. Oh, gotcha. Turns out computers still can't get smiles right. Aww. Ryan has the biggest of smiles. I just think he's literally... Okay. There's only been one time that I've seen Ryan sad, and that was legitimate. Because of Finn's. Other than that, I am convinced his only emotion is happiness and joy and positivity. And yes, that's technically one emotion. Don't at me on that. Ryan is the most positive dude ever. I don't know how he does it. Maybe you are right, Dale. Maybe he is AI, because only AI can be that positive. Louise, taking a look. You're coming down to 420. Let's go, Chad. 420 left in the race. Yellow flag on Nicholas. That is unfortunate. Ryan's still trying to catch up to Lukey here. With Joby hot on his tail. This is a big battle going on in the silvers. Silver split, best split. Looks like we at some point did unfortunately miss the pass Trevor had made on Ricardo. So not sure what happened to Ricardo, but Trevor did make the pass. Clicked away from the stream, and a few seconds here, I hear yellow flag for Nicholas. Thought you meant Alvarado, and I had a mini heart attack. Noted. I am going to continue to always say Nicholas. Also, you should know, like, I don't think I ever call Nick Nicholas. Unless maybe I was mad at him. Like, go full dad and just be like, Nicholas Alvarado. A disgrace. But, yeah. But fair, I can understand why you would have a mini heart attack from that. Gaps have opened back up. 240 left. And where is next round? So I think we're going to get 2 more laps in here. So some of these folks trying to reel in the person ahead needs to make these happen soon. We have this battle back down here with Jelson Cruz and Andre Lloyd. They've been kind of going a little bit back and forth. Some Porsche on Porsche action here. Some Porky action. Sergio has an off on the exit. Going down the straight. Oh, we got Rados taking a look at Artem here for P7. And as you could hear, we are on the final lap for the leaders. We will move forward to then. I'll keep an eye on it. Right now, Trevor is 3/10 behind Nick. Pulls back away. This is a 3-way battle for the win on the final lap here at Silverstone. To be honest, if Nick was in any other car right now, I wouldn't feel as confident, but Nick in the Honda is like Ryan in the Honda, let's be real. Probably his most confident car. So, unless he does some avocado baboon things, he should be able to hold this off and see if Trevor can actually play spoil here as well on Ricardo. Ricardo was battling for that lead. Whoever that was, you are the real MVP. We appreciate you. That was Dominic. We appreciate getting out of the way of this battle. Oh, Trevor going on the outside. Sticks his nose in. Is he going to stick this? A little door banging. Trevor makes the move. All right. Oh, Nick fights back. Gets it on the exit. We are going to go 2 wide. Ricardo is going to sit back for a moment. Takes the look on the inside of Trevor. Trevor's going to hold the inside. Final corner. We're going 2 wide. Almost 3 for the win. Nick is going to hold them off. And I think Trevor's going to hold off Ricardo. Things got spicy in literally the last 4 corners.
Finish the race.
And Nick pulling away the win. Holy shit. Good race. Let's see here. It looks like Rados still trying to get around Artem. I don't think he's gonna do it. So Artem gonna hold off Rados here at Silverstone. So Artem taking home P1 in the silver class, holding off Rados, who is a gold driver, but was managed to hold it off. Got Dylan Beveridge about to come home in second for silver. Mark Robeson, P12 overall, in third for silver. Barrett's not going to be able to catch. Let's go back to these back battles. Ryan's still trying to hold off Joby at the line and is going to do so. John Lukey kind of out on his lonesome here. He is going to, if he keeps it on track, is going to bring home P1 and the bronze class. There will be discussions about moving him up. He does have the pace, but again, those early on spin. He still had that early on spin and came in for the win. So that's gonna do it. We still have some people still trying to finish up here. So your final standings here: Nick Alvarado, P1 after some crazy last lap battles. Just some good on Rubbin is racing between the three of them. Trevor Jackson coming in second. Ricardo Riviera coming in third in the gold class. And then we've got Matt Artem, P1 in silver, Dylan Beveridge, P2, Mark Robeson, P3 in silver. And then in the bronze class, we got John Lukey, P1, Dominic Chamont, P2, and Drew Pete coming in P3. Good job, Drew. Jaden finishing up P4, not bad. So yeah, some great racing. Because Silverstone's a little bit larger, they can kind of get spaced out, but they were able to keep it a little air. Appreciate it. We've got some incidents to review. There is quite a few of them, but we will address these and we will go from there. Other than that, thank you all so much for hanging out today. Another Alvarado win. Trevor coming in for the upset of Ricardo for P2. And I wouldn't really call it an upset. I've heard Trevor's really, really quick. And so good on him. He almost got nicked. Almost made it stick. But yeah, great battles. And so next week, I already forgot where I said we were going. Oh, Paul Ricard, that is right. So we are at a dry race at Paul Ricard next Sunday. Again, normal time, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And Ferris should be back. So Ferris will be joining me in the booth. So it's going to be both of us next week and hopefully for the rest of the season. And yeah, I think that is it. Be sure to join the Discord if you'd like and come hang out. We don't do just ACC. We do iRacing. We do Deep Rock. They rock and stone a lot. Call of Duty. We do it. We do it all. We're a racing community, but we're like a friend community. We do. I do a lot of Coca-Cola. You are correct, Dale. I don't think we're supposed to disclose what happens at the restaurant life, though. But anyways, thank you all so much for hanging out.
Go, go, go.
This is not a Pepsi group. No. Listen, I hate myself as much as most of us. I don't hate myself enough to drink Pepsi. So I thought about deeming my sister as not my sister anymore because she likes Pepsi. And I don't know how I feel about this. I'm still trying to recuperate from it. So, is what it is. Anyways, thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out. We will see you next week, next Sunday, for round 3. Have a wonderful evening.